Because I'm overheating. Overheated again. This track doesn't help. Ice ripper needs real studs. So last year it was no secret that I hated that ice ripper track. Ice rippers is pre-studded, basically a pre-studded 1.25" ripsaw, and ran into lots of problems last year. The track's not ice, main thing. Hard pack trail wasn't good either. And I experienced a lot of issues with overheating too in icy and hard pack conditions. So instead of replacing the track, I opted to go with some Superlite stud backers, which you can see buried here in ice. So here's the stock ice ripper on the 600. Same track as on the 800, except this is a 120 where the 800 has a 137 on it. You can see the studs poking through the little holes here. Just a little bit sticking up. It works fine on the 600, although we haven't had it on any ice yet, so the verdict is still out there. And then we'll just go over here and you'll see, this is 800, you can see here we've installed the additional studs. We've offset them, and we've also located them within, in between the window that's open in front of the stud on the track. So that gives you more traction through that flow. You can see there, instead of hiding it or tucking it behind a rubber stud that's already there, and then we stagger them throughout. We've added 96 studs onto this track, you can see, and it works very well. I've got just about 1,000 kilometers under my belt with the studs on. I gotta tell you, I'm so happy I did it. Glad I did it. It's best money you can put into an ice ripper, and it's definitely needed on this 800 e-tec. Here we have your traditional stud, and these come several manufacturers. This is a studboy, and it's actually made for the a 1-ply track, a single ply track, and made for the Superlite backers that you see here. The studs are hardened steel, sometimes they're carbide tipped. They're usually about a 1/16 of an inch or deeper bite than what the track lug is. So if you've got a 1.25 track, like what I have, you're gonna run a 1.325 inch stud in that track. And then Studboy has the backers, which are pretty neat. They're singles and doubles. On the ice ripper, I like the doubles because it's more contact area, so your risk of pulling through down the road, I think, is a lot less. That's just my opinion, and I really love the scoop on this thing. It does offer better bite for that track, so that gives you even more of a lug surface and stud surface, so I think it's even better all around, so I love that. The ice ripper track, like you see here, is not meant to be studded, so you really have to be a little bit more creative when you're putting these in. It's adding a little bit more weight, but I think with the benefit of the traction and cooling, that's going to offset that. A couple products here. This is a track hole cutter. It's 5/16 of an inch, so you use that to drill your hole in the track for a nice clean edge. There's also a tool you can get for the ProLite backers that clips on to let you hold that. But with the double backers, I find you don't really need that. You know, the double ones, you can start one stud, a few threads, put the other one fully in, and that'll hold that backer straight. So you don't really need a tool to actually hold that in place when you're installing it. But I like this little caliper. You can actually go to one of the windows in the track and go to, you know, whatever the distance is you want it to go, and figure out where you want to put the stud. You can also make a cardboard template for drilling, so, you know, get a pencil and draw in each hole on a piece of cardboard. You can mark,
You can make it fit over different lugs, so you can just set that cardboard template over the track and then run your drill through the holes in the piece of cardboard, and every stud will be in the exact same spot that you want it to be. So once you figure out where you want the studs to go, you soak the backers in warm water, soapy water. Take some dish soap, put the studs and backers in there. Use a really good 3/16" hex bit. That's what fits in that hole there, and an air ratchet or cordless impact wrench that works. And the idea is you really don't want to stop. Once you start threading these things into the backer, you really don't want to stop mid-phase and then continue the process. Once you start, the process is usually good to keep going until that backer is set flush within your track. Don't go too deep. With these ones here, just sink that in so that it's flush with the track surface. It's not sticking out where it's going to hit your idler wheels, and all will be good. So hold the backers and then you can start the stud. Once that's started, don't stop until it's seated completely. When using the double backers like this, like I said earlier, pre-drill your holes, start the one in a few threads to hold it, and then fully complete the process with the other one, then go back and tighten this one down, and all will be good.
This thing is a wheelie monster now that it's got studs.
So what I found this year so far, I love it. I can't say enough about it. My cooling has not been an issue, but again, we've been in powder more over than hard pack, so that's not really a problem. But I do notice a huge difference in traction. The 800 e-tec will lift the skis way better than what it did previously, and stopping is huge. This year it's really hooking up well. I've got lots of traction, lots of stopping. It's just an animal out on the trail. So I'm super happy with it, and I can't say enough, and I highly recommend that if you're thinking about studying an ice ripper, do it. You won't regret it one bit. If you like this video and think it's helpful, give me a thumbs up down below, and also subscribe to our channel. We'll try and put new videos on every week and keep this information coming to you. Thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and we'll look forward to seeing you out on the trail.